Taurus, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid to late July 2026. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Taurus collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for our beautiful Taurus collective in mid to late July? We're moving on into Leo season, lovely time of year. But what energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Taurus mid to late July. What's the vibe? What's the energy? We are going to have ourselves a good time today, my friends. We're going to have some fun. All right. Okay, cool. So this energy feels very water sign-esque to me. It's very spiritual and etheric and inward facing and daydreamy. And that seems to be a theme I've been picking up slightly with all the earth signs this week, where there's like this certain etheric quality to it. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the July subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So as we can see, it's lovely. I love the color scheme and palette going on in the back end. But we have this lady who is in somewhat of a fetal position. To me, it also looks like she's either doing yoga or meditating. In the background, it's these beautiful pinks and yellows, that warmth that kind of looks like a sunset with the clock and the numbers flying off. So to me, this is like a dream. This is very imaginative, very creative. So in the positive sense, for a lot of Tauruses, this could be great for thinking outside of the box, coming up with ideas, stretching those creativity muscles in whatever way, whether it's writing or music or art, spoken creativity, whatever it might be. I just feel like it's very good for that. It's great for ideas. Now, the downside to this, it could absolutely represent overthinking, head in the clouds a little bit, certain things dwelling on the mind. So again, I'm not going to say watch out for that. It is what it is. We all go through those little times where we're in our brain a little more so than normal. Again, this could be someone else's energy. It doesn't even have to be yours. It's like someone that's like trapped in the mind a little bit. But I love it for the creativity and the expression. There's another thing here, watch your dreams. So if you haven't been getting much sleep or sleeping as good as you normally do, you might want to try to get a little more rest and relaxation. But for other Tauruses, there could be certain things and information coming to you through dreams. So we're just going to let her chill out right there. She's having a moment. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get your 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for my beautiful Taurus friends. So while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled An Unfinished Situation. So I'm not sure if it was something that was recent or something from a long time ago, but it did feel like there were multiple places within the reading where unfinished business was showing up. Okay, so again, that could be a lot of things. It could be work, it could be career, it could be your life's journey, it could be a connection, it could be a lot of stuff. So just know over the coming days and weeks, watch out for that this isn't finished or there's still some meat on the bone when it comes to a certain situation. So we're going to see what shows up this week, though. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for my Taurus friends. What's happening in mid to late July for Taurus, please? Thank you. Okay, 6 of Pentacles. That's a pretty good start. I like the 6 of Pentacles. It's usually an open, flowing, fair, balanced type of energy. I'm going to get that tucked in right by the amethyst. Let's get a couple more out here. Hopefully that energy keeps flowing. Okay, 10 of Pentacles. Whoa, talk about flow. Beautiful, especially in a Taurus reading. This is great. Okay, I'm going to try to stay as neutral as I possibly can, my friends. You know me, I get happy when I see certain cards. Let's get one more. Ace of Wands. All right. I like the mixture. It's a lot of outside energy, too, which is funny because the Oracle card was all inward facing. All this is like outer facing for some reason. But I love this Ace of Wands on the back end. I'm feeling pretty excited about what we're seeing so far. I'm going to try to keep it neutral until we clarify. I know how readings go. I don't want it to take a left on us. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first glance, you know me, I always love to look at the elements. I feel like the elements tell us a lot about how the energy flows or how comfortable you might be with it. And we have two main elements here. Earth heavy, earth predominant with a little bit of fire. Now, the thing that these two elements share in common, I already mentioned it, they're outer facing. Whereas cups and swords, that's inner. So this is all like outside stuff, outside noise, or outside results. Now, when it comes to Earth, that is your power element. That is your comfort zone. That is a beautiful place for a Taurus to be. And whenever it shows up in a Taurus reading in a big way, that tells me that you could have some really good stuff flowing in. Even if you're cross watching for a Taurus, this is a great sign because there's something here about feeling comfortable. Now, when I look at Earth, I think of results, I think of structure. I think of everyday life. So think of routine every day. At this time, I do this. Every day at that time, I do that. I think of money, work, business, finance, home, and family. So the material world. You see what I mean by the outer facing stuff? So this is great for all that kind of stuff. The downside to Earth is that it's not a quick mover. It's not moving fast. So it can be a little bit slow. It could sometimes be a little bit stubborn. It could sometimes feel stuck. So we need to keep an eye on it. And here on the back end, we have fire, the realm of action. So there could be a little bit of tension going on here in part of this spread. So see, we have the material world and we have the actions happening within it. Now, what do I mean by action? It's the actions you take, the actions you want to take, actions that other people take. Uh, Fire does generally deal with your personal battery, your personal energy too. So are you feeling super energetic and high energy? Are you feeling a little low and depleted? All that can be in play. I do think of health and wellness too. The only downside with fire is that it could be very unpredictable. It could be very explosive in nature, which doesn't necessarily make it bad. But when we go from stable earth into the fire, could there be something that's going to do a quick shift? Potentially. But let's go through and start building this out piece by piece. Position number one, the Six of Pentacles. Now, I do really like this card. We see this individual here with that fancy hat. They have the scales, and they're giving away pentacles to these people, right? They're helping out. So I love this card. It's very giving. It's very charitable. It's very open. Now, when speaking about situations in its most positive sense, this card could represent fairness. It could represent balance. It's that beautiful, nice, neutral type of energy. And it does have some karmic undertones, like what you put forth, you get back in return, right? This person is giving and one day will receive. So I like this. Now, it could deal literally with money, expenditures, money out type of energy. The downside to this card is sometimes it's an energy that can give too much, or there could be certain situations where you might feel like you're giving all you got and someone isn't meeting you halfway. It's like one of those. So watch out for anything where it's like, this, the effort is different, right? Like this is about equal give and take when we look at the big picture of it. So watch out for any lopsided dynamics when this card shows up. It is also one of my cards of gift giving. So take that for what it's worth. I know we're past your birthday, my friends, but when I see the Six of Pentacles, it's either giving or receiving a gift. I like it. To me, it's like a surprise. So we'll see what's up. Hopefully this outer movement of this earthy energy, and it could also represent help and assistance, whether you're giving or receiving it. Now in the center we have the Ten of Pentacles, one of the best cards in the whole entire deck, right? We see the happy family, all the pentacles. They even got their puppy dogs there and they're just having a grand old time. I think of wins, victories, and blessings of all types. Now aside from this beautiful level up expansive type of energy, the Ten of Pentacles can represent things like home, family, living situation. So we do need to clarify further. But I always think like, oh yeah, that couldn't have gone any better. It's like very sturdy, stable, and predictable. But the downside to the Ten of Pentacles is the 10 Pentacles themselves, right? Like, because this energy, 10 Pentacles, that's a lot of weight to carry. It's quite heavy. So we need to look at certain things like, all right, is this taking longer than it needs to? Is this thing frustrating me? What's complicating it? But with this combination on the front, the energy just looks really, really fantastic. Now, moving to the very back end, as we get this Ten of Pentacles right where it belongs, we have the Ace of Wands. Now, you know me, I love all aces. I say they're all offers and opportunities. They could all deal with conversations, talks, and messages. So, like, usually this is really good. It's an energy that just arrives on the scene. And this one is way more fired up than the other ones. So, if we are talking about a talk or a message, it could be one that, boom, pops in out of nowhere, very explosive in nature. So, we'll see when we clarify it. But as I already mentioned, when we go from giving, stable, balanced, this, expansive, balanced, slow, boom, into this Ace of Wands. It's like, wow, this energy just arrived out of the blue. And I always say with the Ace of Wands, it reminds me of like a mini tower. And I always say not every tower is a bad tower, but this does have like that similar vibe, but just not as chaotic. So we want to see what's up with this Ace of Wands. Is it a talk? Is it an offer? Is it a change or a shift? Like it could be all those things. But I'm feeling cautiously optimistic about it. So I want to dive deeper on all the Taurus. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot. Because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Six of Pentacles first. And yeah, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Taurus, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, why is the Six of Pentacles here? What is this very giving, helpful type of energy about? I mean, not to mention the fact that it's one of your biggest power cards. We have the Empress in the upright. Wow. Wow, that's like massive. That is massive, my friends. Now let's talk about this Empress. As I already mentioned, it is a Taurus power card, right? Because Taurus is ruled by Venus. This is Venus energy. So when I see her, that could absolutely represent you. Remember, it's not gender specific. But what do I think about when I see the Empress? Notice she has all the pomegranates on her. There's like the big harvest and crop, and she's pregnant. She represents fertility, blessings, abundance. The cup runneth over. She could represent motherhood, mother figures. She's goddess energy. She does tie in heavily to nature as well. So when I see her under like the Six of Pentacles, is this a blessing? Is this like a karmic blessing, a gift from the universe, or a gift in general? Yes, it could be all those things. This is beautiful energetic potential. Now, does this mean that every Taurus in the world or anyone dealing with the Taurus is going to have like a life altering victory? Not all, maybe some, like, because this does feel pretty massive to me. So I think this is 100% claimable. Now, if this is assistance, this could be helping someone out of the kindness of your heart, not because you have to, not because you feel. And I know this is a tangent, right? Like we got our wins and blessings. Well, that's good. We'll bank that. But when I see the Six of Pentacles with the Empress, it's like I'm helping because I care. Someone helping out of the kindness of their heart or doing something, not because I have to do it, but because I genuinely care about this thing, which I think is nice. I'm not sure who that's for. You would know if it's for you. Maybe there's someone you're helping, or maybe someone's going to help you out, and it's coming from a very genuine place. But I think it's great. We're going to keep moving. So this front end is like really fantastic already. I mean, we're going to go in on the Ten of Pentacles. We'll get to that Ace of Wands too. That's why I'm more cautious about this Ace of Wands, because it's like, all right, we're so good up front. We got all this goodness. Let's keep moving. Let's see what's up with the 10. So why is the Ten of Pentacles here? Why is that Ten of Pentacles here? Okay. Is this like the calm before the storm? Potentially. So we have the Four of Swords in the upright underneath this Ten of Pentacles. A little bit of a sleepy homebody type of energy. Nothing wrong with that. I would classify myself as a home enjoyer, right? Like, because like the Four of Swords, it's taking a break, it's relaxing. With the Ten of Pentacles and the Four of Swords, it's like I'm comfortable, I feel okay, I'm gonna lay down and take a little nap. It's like one of those. So for some of you, hey, maybe you need that, right? Maybe you need a little rest and relaxation. If things have been a little wild or you're dealing with a lot of things, when I see the Ten of Pentacles, Four of Swords, that is Spirit saying, treat yourself, take a break, go take that trip, go do this, go have fun. Like it doesn't always have to be work, 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 work. It doesn't have to be this situation, this situation, this situation. You should take some time to enjoy yourself, however that looks. So whether it is the trip, the vacation, taking time for yourself, a little solitude with the Four of Swords, taking a little break to recharge the battery, super important for a lot of you, to just do something that you want to do or do something you enjoy. And even if what you want to do is doing nothing, then do that too, right? Curl up on the couch, watch an awesome show. Let's keep going. I think it's good. So, like right here on the front, and the reason I said, is this the calm before the storm? It's like this energy, great. This is good energy flowing in. It's very helpful. It's very open. Then this one is as comfortable can be. It's like I'm looking at a still pond, right? You ever see the imagery of like a pond where there's no wind, or a lake and you see no ripples in the water? It's just calm water straight across. That's how this feels to me. So we're going to keep going because, I mean, this could amp it up. Maybe it won't. But let's see what's up with the Ace of Wands. Then we'll do a quick little recap. So far, I really like what I'm seeing. I do. It's great. A lot of energetic potential for you, my friends. And for those that are cross watching for a Taurus, this is a good thing. It's a good thing. Thank you. What I'm gonna have to throw another clarifier down. A lot of you that watch me often, you know that I don't double clarify usually. But do any of you remember what I said about this Ace of Wands? It's like a mini tower, right? You could rewind to back when I said that when I was speaking about it. Boom, tower in the upright. Okay. Let me throw one more card down because these energies do embody a very similar thing. So, like when I see the ace going into the tower, that could be something that just intensifies quickly or just comes in shockingly out of the blue, explosively. I just want to see, is it all this goodness? Is it something else? What should we be preparing for? I'm pulling one more clarifier, my friends. I'm going to step out of my normal structure because those two cards to me are just, they're almost identical. They're just different strengths, right? They have varying strengths. So what do we have with the Ace of Wands and the Tower? What is it about? Like, how are we looking with this? Wheel of Fortune. I mean, this is another very fast, rapid, quick type of energy. My friends, if you're the gambling type, you might want to play the lottery. Right? Like this energy is beautiful. This is like a shocking winner victory here right on the back end. I love it. So it's like, how can we get better than this? Yeah, we do. Like there's still a lot of room for growth. It might be your lucky day. It might be your lucky week. It might be your lucky month, my friends. And listen, I know there's a lot of Tauruses going through a lot of different things, or people that are dealing with some difficult things with Tauruses. There's just this beautiful luck is on your side energy coming up. Now, the one caveat I will say, aside from this shocking winner victory or explosive winner victory, the one thing that I will say about this is with this combination of energies, it can be very prone to taking a risk. Right now, not saying that Tauruses aren't risky individuals. Some are, right? It depends on a lot of other placements and things. Nothing wrong with calculated risk. Listen, I have a lot of Aries placements. I get it. But yeah, with the Ace of Wands and the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune, it's like, let's shake this up. Like it's an energy that does something on impulse or just. So maybe there is something here about like divine action. Like when you get the urge to do something, do it. Or when you get the urge to go somewhere, go there. Like there's this divine aspect to it as well. But I love this on the back end, my friends. Let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadow. I think this whole reading is very claimable. Got a little nervous when that tower popped out, but this could be good, where it's like things get even better. But if you look here in the box, position number one, we start smooth with the Six of Pentacles, Empress. I already said wins, blessings, abundance. What you put forth, you get back in return. I really, really like it. It did also feel like helping somebody out of the kindness of your heart, or maybe someone helping you because they genuinely care. In position number two, I have the Ten of Pentacles, Four of Swords. Felt like taking a nap, a cool, calm, serene lake with no ripples in the water. It just feels relaxing. This could also be about like doing something you enjoy, treating yourself, right? It's beautiful. And then on the back end, we have a double down of this very intense energy, Ace of Wands, Tower, and I had to throw another clarifier down because to me, I was like, okay, what is this energy intensifying rather quickly? The Wheel of Fortune is also very intense. I feel like luck is absolutely going to take a swing for you in one area of life or another. It just feels like an explosive or shocking winner victory. And I think this whole thing is claimable, my friends. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. And yes, this is where I pull a shadow card, which I always love to do, whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. And if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. All right, let's get this going here. What do we got? What is in the shadows? Okay, cool. All right, Page of Pentacles. That is another Taurus power card. I like the Page of Pentacles. I always say they represent students and messengers. Now, the good thing about this page, it's like doors opening. It's very similar to aces, right? So like when I see this in the shadows, there might be doors opening onto you that you didn't quite see. Or even if you're cross-watching, there could be ways to handle something or deal with something that weren't available to you before that open up to you soon. That's what I like about this in the shadows. But the downside to the Page of Pentacles. Sometimes it's an energy that can second guess itself quite a bit. Sometimes it's an energy that could be very hard on itself, and it could want to say something or want to do something, but then second guesses it and decides not to. This is an energy that can flip flop. So watch out for things like that in this time. Like if you feel like doing something, do it. Right? Don't second guess it too much. Don't overthink it. And there could be something here about communication to watch out for too. So watch out for anyone being a little secretive. But we're not going to focus on that too much. We're just going to leave it at that, my friends. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the July subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation or you'd like to have a chat with me, you can book a personal session with me on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The July calendar is up and spots go quick, so you might want to check that out. But for the July subscriber surprise, doing another winner's choice, I will choose 3 lucky winners to either choose a copy of the Gilded Tarot Royale, which is one of my favorite decks of all time. It's a must-have, or a handmade pendant from my website, mastermetaphysics.com. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, and second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the cards that showed up in today's reading, which one spoke to you the most, or jumped out to you the most, or resonated with you. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my posts tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.